The Toyota RAV4 is one of the best-selling SUVs on British roads. It has been for years. And if you ask most drivers why they bought one, the answer usually comes down to some version of the same sentence. It's reliable, it holds its value, and everyone says Toyota is the safe choice. All of that is true. None of it is the complete picture, because sitting in the same showrooms, on the same forecourts, and on the same used car listings as the RAV4, there are 7 SUV brands offering comparable or superior reliability figures at significantly lower purchase prices and materially lower running costs. The drivers who know about this are buying them quietly. This video is for the drivers who haven't looked yet. Before we get into the brands, it's worth establishing the criteria. Every SUV on this list has to clear 3 thresholds. First, a used example from 2020 onwards must be available in the UK for under $20,000. Second, the brand must have posted a first MOT pass rate of 85% or above in the most recent DVSA data for that model. Third, average annual maintenance costs in Britain, based on independent garage data and Warranty Direct figures, must come in below the Toyota RAV4's benchmark of $510 per year. Every brand on this list clears all 3. The RAV4 is excellent. These 7 are excellent and more affordable to own. Brand 1. Skoda. Skoda's transformation from the punchline of British car jokes into one of the most respected value propositions on UK roads is, by now, well documented. The Czech manufacturer joined the Volkswagen Group in 1991 and spent the following 3 decades absorbing group engineering while maintaining a pricing structure meaningfully below VW, Audi, and Seat. The result is a range of vehicles that share platforms, engines, and major components with cars that cost thousands more, sold at prices that make private buyers pay attention. The Skoda Karoq is the SUV to look at here. A 2020 to 2022 Karoq in SE specification with under 40,000 miles is available for $14,500 to $18,500, comfortably under the $20,000 threshold. It sits on the Volkswagen Group MQB platform, meaning the engineering and parts supply chains are identical to those supporting the VW Tiggan and Audi Q3. Every independent mechanic in Britain knows this platform. Parts availability is excellent. Servicing costs at an independent garage run between $130 and $160 for a full service, significantly below the RAV4's $160 to $195 band. The DVSA MOT first pass rate for the Karoq across 2023 and 2024 testing was 88.7%. The Auto Express driver. Power Survey 2025 placed Skoda second overall for owner satisfaction in the SUV category. The which? Reliability data shows fault rates below the segment average. The honest weakness. DSG automatic gearboxes on pre-2021 Karoqs have a documented service sensitivity. They require their fluid changed at intervals some owners neglect, which leads to problems that are entirely avoidable with proper maintenance. Buy with full service history. Verify the gearbox service intervals were respected, and this issue is manageable. Brand 2. Seat Ateca. Seat is another Volkswagen Group member, and the Ateca shares its platform with the Karoq, meaning the parts, the engineering, and the garage familiarity are identical. What differentiates the Ateca from the Karoq is positioning. Seat has historically aimed slightly younger, slightly sportier, and the Ateca's styling reflects that. It matters to some buyers. To others, the Karoq's slightly more conservative design is the preference. Mechanically, for the purposes of this discussion, these 2 cars are very close. Where the Ateca makes a distinct case is price. because Seat has slightly lower brand recognition than Skoda in the UK used market. Ateca examples tend to price a few hundred to a couple of £1,000 below equivalent Karoqs. A 2021 Seat Ateca 1.5 TSI in FR specification with under 35,000 miles is available for between $14,000 and $17,500 in the current market. That represents a meaningful discount for what is essentially the same engineering package in a different body. Maintenance costs align almost exactly with the Karoq because the underlying platform is the same. Independent garages work on these cars readily. The 1.5 TSI petrol engine is one of the more efficient and mechanically straightforward units in the VW Group lineup, with a documented fault history that's more manageable than the older 1.4 TSI it replaced. The DVSA MOT pass rate for the Ateca is 87.9% for 2024 testing, above the segment average and above the RAV4's equivalent figure in the same testing period. The honest weakness is the brand's relatively small dealership footprint in rural parts of the UK, which can mean longer service, appointment waits outside major cities. Brand 3. Mazda CX-5. This is the one that should be on more radars than it is. Mazda occupies a fascinating position in the UK market, a Japanese manufacturer with a genuine engineering philosophy, producing cars to standards that consistently rank at the top of reliability surveys, but without the name recognition of Toyota or Honda to push residual values up. For buyers, this is good news. Mazda's depreciation is steeper than Toyota's in percentage terms, which means the used market delivers better value per pound spent. The Mazda CX-5 is a direct competitor to the Toyota RAV4. Both are Japanese engineered, both target family SUV buyers, both offer petrol and diesel variants. The CX-5 has consistently outperformed the RAV4 in the Auto Express Driver Power Survey over the past 3 years. The 2025 survey placed the CX-5 first in the SUV category for reliability, not top 5. First, the RAV4 placed fourth. A 2021 Mazda CX-5 2.0 Skyactiv G in Sport, Lux specification with under 30,000 miles, is available in the UK for $19,000 to $23,000. Some examples will clear $20,000, but the broader 2019 to 2021 range sits comfortably under the threshold for most specifications. Annual maintenance costs for the CX-5, based on Warranty Direct and Independent Garage Survey data, average $390 per year, $120 per year below the RAV4 benchmark. The DVSA first MOT pass rate for 2021, CX-5 examples tested in 2024, was 91.2%, the highest figure of any SUV on this list. The honest weakness is fuel economy. The Skyactiv G petrol engine is excellent mechanically, but not as efficient as Toyota's hybrid system. If fuel cost per mile is your primary concern, the RAV4 hybrid genuinely wins that comparison. If total cost of ownership, including purchase price and maintenance, is the metric, the CX-5 competes seriously. Brand 4. Hyundai Tucson. Already discussed in the context of Korean brands, but the Tucson warrants its own entry in the SUV category because the direct comparison against the RAV4 is so close, and the outcome is so consistently in the Tucson's favor. These two cars, the Tucson and the RAV4, are the most directly comparable vehicles in their segment. Same size class, same buyer profile, similar drivetrains available, similar price points new. A 2022 Hyundai Tucson 1.6 TGDI in ultimate specification is available for $18,000 to $23,000 used. Sub-20,000 examples exist with slightly higher mileage. The 5-year Hyundai manufacturer warranty, where remaining, transfers with the car and provides peace of mind that a used RAV4 of similar age cannot match. Maintenance costs average $420 per year against the RAV4's $510. The Which? 2025 Reliability Survey placed the Tucson above the RAV4. The honest weakness is the mild hybrid system's performance in cold weather. British winters, particularly in Scotland and northern England, can reduce the system's efficiency more than the equivalent Toyota setup, which has been optimized for a wider temperature range over a longer development period. Brand 5. Kia Sportage. The fifth-generation Sportage, launched in 2022, is the vehicle that made people stop and reevaluate what a Korean SUV could be. The exterior design is striking in a way that nothing in Kia's previous history prepared buyers for. The interior quality, particularly in GT Line S specification, benchmarks with European premium brands at twice the price, and the mechanical foundation, shared with the Hyundai Tucson through the Hyundai Motor Group platform, delivers reliability data that is among the best in the segment. A 2022 to 2023 Kia Sportage GT line in the UK used market is available for $18,500 to $24,000, with sub-20,000 examples accessible with 25,000 to 40,000 miles. The 7-year, 100,000-mile manufacturer warranty on new Kia vehicles transfers partially to subsequent registered keepers, depending on the time and mileage remaining. A used Sportage in this age band may carry 2 to 4 years of remaining manufacturer warranty. That is a benefit the RAV4 cannot offer at any used price point. Annual maintenance cost, $415 per year, based on warranty direct data. DVSA first MOT pass rate for 2022. Sportage, 90.1%. The honest weakness is that GT Line S specification uses larger alloy wheels that are more vulnerable to pothole damage on UK roads. Tire costs can add up, and the low-profile rubber is an ongoing consideration. Brand 6. Volkswagen Tiguan. The Tiguan is not the underdog story of this list. It's the quality benchmark, and it belongs here because its running cost profile against the RAV4 is consistently misunderstood. Many UK buyers assume that a VW costs more to maintain than a Toyota. On a per-job basis at a main dealer, that assumption is defensible. At an independent garage using quality aftermarket parts, the picture inverts. An independent garage service on a 2020 Volkswagen Tiguan 1.5 TSI in the UK runs between 120 and 155 hours. The same service on a 2020 Toyota RAV4 runs $160 to $195. The differential exists because VW Group parts are so widely available in Britain. The sheer volume of Group vehicles on UK roads has created deep parts supplier competition, which pushes independent garage pricing down. The Tiguan's DVSA MOT first pass rate for 2024 testing was 89.4%. A 2020 to 2021 Tiguan Life or Match specification is available in the used market for $17,500 to $22,000, with sub-20,000 examples accessible. The honest weakness is the DSG gearbox service requirement, same as the Karoq. Verify the service history, and this is manageable. Brand 7. Dacia Duster. This is the one that produces the strongest reaction when it appears on lists, alongside Skoda, Mazda, and Volkswagen. The Duster is not a premium car. It doesn't pretend to be. It's a Renault engineering-based SUV built to a price, sold in the UK from under $17,000 new, and capable of passing its first MOT at a rate that makes reliability statisticians take notice. The DVSA MOT first pass rate for 2020 to 2022, Dacia Dusters tested in 2023 and 2024 was 92.3%. That is the highest first pass rate of any SUV tested in that period in the DVSA dataset. Not in a size category, overall. The Duster's mechanical simplicity is the reason. The car uses a well-understood TCE petrol engine with limited electronic complexity, which means fewer things to fail, and more straightforward diagnosis when something does. Annual maintenance costs average $310 per year, the lowest of any SUV on this list, and $200 below the RAV4. A 2021 Dacia Duster. Prestige in the UK used market is available for $11,000 to $15,000. The honest weaknesses are significant. Ride quality is noticeably firmer than competitors. Interior plastics are functional rather than refined, and the infotainment technology lags behind all other brands on this list. If your priority is the lowest total cost of reliable SUV ownership in Britain, the Dacia Duster makes that case better than anything else in this video. If you place value on interior quality or ride comfort, others on this list will serve you better. Across all 7 brands, the pattern is clear. Toyota's reputation is built on genuine quality, but the assumption that no other brand can match it, or better it on key metrics at lower cost, is a decade out of date. The British used SUV market in 2026 offers more genuinely compelling alternatives to the RAV4 than at any point in the last 20 years. The data knows this. The savvier private buyers know this. The rest are paying a premium for reputation that used to be more exclusive than it is today. If running costs matter to your buying decision, and for most UK drivers they should, the brands on this list are where the research should start.